Well, it's been 3 years since former DNC Chairman Terry McAuliffe was running for governor in the Commonwealth of Virginia. But just because his name hasn't been on the ballot, that hasn't stopped him from stumping for Democratic candidates and weighing in on big issues facing the Commonwealth, perhaps maybe to gear up for another run in 2013. Terry McAuliffe joins me now to talk about some of those issues. Thank you for coming back to First and Forward.
Great to be with you, Ron.
Well, tell me a little bit about this General Assembly session from your viewpoint. You've been very critical about the way that Republicans have handled their newfound power.
Well, first of all, these legislators were not elected to come down here and play doctor. We've had this war on women, which I don't understand. You got to remember there are people who are watching the legislature right now wondering, am I going to move a business to Virginia, or am I going to keep a business here in Virginia with these kind of socially divisive issues going on in Richmond? They're not. I mean, last year, as you know as well as I do, Ryan, we created 36,000 jobs. We needed to create 40,000 just to keep up with the population growth of the workforce. Why are we not focused on job creation? We're getting all these Department of Defense cuts now. We got to diversify our economy. And down here in Richmond, they're doing these crazy social divisive issues, which is not helpful to entice people to bring your businesses to Virginia.
Let me play devil's advocate on this idea that Republicans have focused their energy on social issues. I mean, thousands of bills being proposed in the General Assembly, many of them having to do with the budget. Today, I got 5 emails about social issues. They all came from Democrats. I got 2 emails from Republicans. They talked about the budget. Certainly Republicans have proposed these issues, but haven't Democrats done a lot to prop the issues up, get them into the spotlight, get them onto NBC and MSNBC and Saturday Night Live? Have they played some role in that?
No, but I think, Ryan, they've done it themselves. I mean, look at these, obviously the personhood legislation, the ultrasound legislation. This has become national news because it's been very divisive. As I say, it is a war on women that we don't need today. We need to make sure that our women who are working here in Virginia feel comfortable. It's a great work environment. They don't want to see these socially divisive issues. But some CEO somewhere around the globe today was thinking of maybe moving their businesses to America and maybe to Virginia. They see this and they say, well, I have other states I can go to. I don't need this headache. Let's focus on what's going to help people here in the Commonwealth. But the reason is because these are so socially divisive that it has taken up all the oxygen. No matter what else they've done, what do people know about the Virginia legislature around the country and around the world today? Are these 2 pieces of legislation? It's not helpful.
Well, you consider yourself a moderate Democrat. And abortion is such an issue that people feel so strongly about on either side. Is there a way in this country and in this Commonwealth that we can have a civil conversation about it, to talk about the issues surrounding it?
I certainly think we should be able to do that, and we're the greatest democracy in the world. But when you put forward legislation like the ultrasound, and let's be clear on this, the governor was for it. He said he would sign it. Then it became a political issue, and now he and his allies in the legislature are having to back off. It's not that they don't still think it was a good piece of legislation. It was because of politics that they decided to change their mind and change it. That doesn't make it good strategy, doesn't make it good legislation. If you focus on the things that benefit the folks here in the Commonwealth of Virginia, job creation, people are hurting, they need help, education, transportation, that's what we ought to be focused on. The governor should have said, let's use this 60-day session to focus on the real needs of the folks here in Virginia and not socially divisive legislation that's going to divide people here in Virginia. And as I say, a war on women is something we don't need.
Okay. All right. Terry McAuliffe, perhaps maybe a candidate for governor.
Great.
We didn't get into that today, but we appreciate you being here, sir.
Thank you. Great to be with you, Ron.
All right.